Sick Day, a Marvel fanfiction written on AO3 by A_progression_of_thoughts. The link for this fanfiction will be in the description box below, so I encourage you all to go check it out. Peter wasn't quite sure why he'd woken up feeling so miserable. He'd woken up feeling groggy, with his head pounding. This hadn't happened since a spider bite, but with his Parker luck, he probably caught a rare spider sickness or something. His bed had felt so comfy, but he had a Timothy rest to get to, so he had to go to school. But his bed felt like quicksand, trying to tug him down into its depths. But school. Sluggishly, he put on some clothes that didn't stink too badly. Somehow he found himself in the first hour of class, even though he couldn't remember getting the bus ride to school. At the end of class, NJ dropped some papers down on the desk. He blinked at them, squinting. She'd given him some notes? He looked up to thank her, found he was the last student left in the room. The next moment of awareness came when he felt Ned poking him. "Dude, are you alive?" "What?" "Oh, thank God. I was worried some villain was mind-controlling you or something. By the way, are you going to eat your food?" Peter blinked, looking down at his food. A surge of nausea hit him and he pushed his tray towards Ned. "Are you okay?" "Just tired." "I thought you couldn't get sick because, Ned minded web shooting." Peter shrugged. After lunch, Peter only vaguely remembered going to his classes and taking his chemistry test. Then he was standing in his apartment. He went to his room and collapsed on his bed, not bothering to take his shoes off. Peter woke up through a hand curdling through his hair and a soft beep. He opened his eyes slightly and saw May reading out the thermometer. "May?" "Hey, sweetie." "What are you doing here?" he slurred out. "You didn't answer when I came in and your stuff was on the floor. I came in to tell you to grab your stuff and found you covered in sweat and shivering. Why did you go to school if you didn't feel well?" "Test?" May sighed. "Well, you aren't going to school tomorrow." "But May—" "No. No school for sick spiders." "That's right. Baby spiders need their sleep." Peter looked past May to see Mr. Stark entering his bedroom. "Mr. Stark?" "Yep. You look awful, Underoos." Peter groaned. "Well, I'll leave you two alone." She turned to Peter and gave him a kiss on the forehead. "I've got another shift, but I'll see you afterwards." After she left, Peter turned to Tony. "You don't have to stay. I'll be fine." He raised an eyebrow. "Well, that's too bad, because I've already gotten comfortable. Or do you have to call Pepper to convince you?" Peter's eyes widened. "No, Mrs. Potts doesn't need to know." "That's what I thought. Now, rest up." Peter let his eyes close and ignore how a small smile was tugging at his lips.